Hey, Luke. You can call it HR law, employment law, whatever. I'm also trying to understand what's happening, but happy to answer your questions if I can. There are still anti discrimination laws in the US. Yes, there are. It's a really common misconception coming out of last week. But even a president can't readily overturn a law, like Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. This means that you can't discriminate on the basis of race, gender, different protected classes. It's been in place since the 1960s and does still exist. And there's also all sorts of state and local laws depending on where you are. So if employers were covered by those 2 weeks ago, they're still covered by those today and they can still be sued. But the executive order is not a defense. But what President Trump did is largely aimed at government contractors because that's something more within his control, like the executive branch, over businesses who work with the US government. Because also since the 1960s, federal contractors have had affirmative action programs and reporting requirements that the executive order now ends. For us, no, it's not true that we can no longer train our employees. Meaning, yes, we can still train employees. The executive orders include like a study to encourage the private sector, meaning businesses like us, to end illegal discrimination and preferences, including DEI. But it hasn't even been specified exactly what that means. Like some organizations or companies have halted all trainings in the meantime, likely in part because part of the executive order requires each relevant federal agency to identify up to 9 companies or organizations to investigate for their DEI programs. But we have a training called What to Do If Someone's Not Responding to Your Emails, and we're not canceling that. But more seriously, we also have a training for managers on different religious and medical accommodations that we may be required to provide and what to know and what to share and what not to share with teams. But we're not canceling that either. It's hard to keep up with information, but we're doing the best that we can and trying to take it one day at a time. I'll be here. I'm always here.